Mandroid Echostar is a prog metal act hailing from Canada the past couple of years. They have had some EPs that they have come out with, and they have sounded awesome. And now we have their first full-length album. Now, the title track of the album, Hypnos, starts off very epically. It's very big. It's a lot of drums going on, and then finally you get the guitar riff, the heavy guitar riff that kicks in, which kind of kicks off the album. Now, it has a very soaring chorus, which is really big and epic, kind of like how it starts, and then you have a nice little guitar solo. The bridge of this song is really cool because it has a big chorus, and it's really vocal sounding. So it, once again, that epic theme is all throughout the song. And then after that we get a funky section for a second or so. It's very funky and breakdown, and then it goes back into another solo. This song is very good because it sets the vibe for the entire album, because it's pretty much what you're going to get. You're going to get songs that have some transitions in them. They sound very epic. You're going to get a lot of taste of a lot of different things. Now, the second track on the album is Lotus. It's a lot more thrashy than what Hypnos is, so it's a lot more harder. It's a lot more in your face. It moves very fast and has a less of an epic chorus. It has a nice groovy section for about a minute or so, and it has a lot higher singing than the previous song, so the singer's going way up in his range for the song. And about halfway through, we get a total shift in feel. It goes more of a laid back type of sound. Now, you're gonna notice throughout this album, there's a lot of transitions. Some of them are a lot better than others. That's one of the main things you have to keep in mind while you're listening to this album. The next song on the album is Medoax. It starts off very pop punkish, and it stays that way through the entire chorus. So you have some kind of the protest, the hero feel going on here, which you're going to find that through a lot of the songs. And then halfway through the song, it changes to this rock bluesy type of feel, which is really cool because it creates a good contrast to the thrashiness that we saw earlier in the song. And then at the end of the song, we get some very epic Dave Gilmour soloing. It's very big and it's very melodic sounding, and that's a very cool way to close out the song. After that, you have Sacred Fire. This song actually starts the very ending of Matrox, which it's pretty cool. It kind of blends right into it. And then it starts off with this really funky bass line that's going on, and it makes you kind of jive a little bit. Then it's a lively song with a lot of energy. It has a blues feel to it. It has some strange transitions from section to section, which that's going to be one of the downfalls of this album. Some of the transitions are super awkward and just kind of like blah into each other. They just kind of go into the transitions with no real leeway. It just kind of blends into it. And if it wouldn't be for that, Sacred Fire would be like a perfect song. The transitions in this album really hinder it very badly. Then after Sacred Fire, you have Metatron. This song has a very big Protest the Hero vibe to it. It is one of the better songs on the album, though, but I have no clue what is up with the mix on this album. The mix on this album clips everywhere. Like it's very prominent in the cymbals. You'll hear it. It was in the YouTube stream that they put up for 24 hours. And then when I heard it in there, I was like, okay, maybe they uploaded the wrong one. Maybe I could forgive them. But it's still in the Spotify stream. It's everywhere you listen to it. It has a clipping going on. It cripples the song. It cripples the song, and it kind of cripples the album for me, because you can't have this going on in a professionally mastered album. It's unexcusable. I have no idea why it clips. I mean, this song is really cool, but the clipping kind of ruins it for me, because as soon as I hear it, that's what I instantly think about. So after Metatron, you have Violet Skies. Now, it starts off with the typical rock. It starts off like your typical rock song, but it really isn't that much of a bad thing. Then it has a pretty catchy chorus, and then after the chorus, it kicks into some, more Protest the Hero type vibe going on, and it stays in this feel throughout the entire song. You even have some really cool guitar solos going on here. This is one of the better songs on the album, and I think what helps it is because the transitions are there. They're really good, and they're really cool, as opposed to some of the other songs, which it sounds kind of messy. Then after Violet Skies, you have Paladin. This song kicks in with a very cool groovy guitar riff, and it has a very cool chorus, but once again, the clipping shows up in this song. Transitions are a little better in this song. Going from the slow section to the middle section, it feels kind of nice, and after the slow section, the song ends on a very epic high note, which is really cool. Then you have Midnight Sun. Midnight Sun starts off with some guitar tapping, which kind of reminds me of Scale of Summit, which is really awesome. And then the chorus is very fast and full of energy, which is really nice, and the song has a good poppy feel to it. The solo kicks in, and it feels very Polini-esque. So, this whole song has that kind of happy prog metal feel going on to it. Once again, clipping shows up in the cymbals. This is one of the more high energy songs on the album, so it helps to kind of balance out the ebb and flow of the entire album. Then after that, you have Iron Hands. Very Protest the Hero vibe going on in here again. It starts off with some fast guitars and some arpeggios. It's kind of what Protest the Hero is known for. Then the verse is way calmer, which helps create a nice, good contrast. And the transitions are better in here. Overall, this is one of the middle of the pack songs for me. It's not one of the better ones, but it's certainly not one of the worst. Zelos is the next song that's up now. It starts off very quiet until it kicks in and it gets very epic during the chorus. There's a lot of epic moments in this album, which it gets very epic toward the end of the song, and it ends the album in a great way. It's a cool song. It's a great way to close out the album of all the songs we've been listening to. The song is actually pretty awesome. Overall, I wanted to love this album, but the transitions and the clipping on the mix sort of killed it for me. I mean, this album is really cool. It's very proggy. You have a lot of different stuff going on, but the mix is unexcusable to me. When I hear that, that instantly makes me think that there's some kind of like low budget band, which I know they're not because I've heard their other stuff and it sounds amazing. I have no idea how that made it past mixing, much less mastering. I have no clue. When you hear the clipping and the distortion, it ruins it for me. And in some of the transitions, there's like nothing that like leads it. You know, it leads it from section to section. It's kind of like just a blah type of transition, and it really ruins it. Honestly, I mean, overall, I like this album, but it had a lot of glaring issues. What did you think about the album? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. As for me, I'm out. Peace.